Okay, now this is an emergency alert. The state of Texas has set up a website specifically for the West Nile virus questions, but not just that, but for any dead bird you find in the state of Texas. Now, why would you do that? Why would you worry about if there's just a bird here or maybe a bird there if it's no big deal? Since the media doesn't want to cover it no more, or rarely, why would the state of Texas feel they have a need to set up a website specifically? As a matter of fact, let me read it to you. Thank you, James McKay, for informing me of this. Reporting a dead bird in Texas. What you do now, you go to www.dshs.state.tx.us and just find, go Google it. They have a website for birds. Here's what it says. Reporting a dead bird. The state is divided into regions. You call your Texas Department of Health Regional Zoonosis Control Office. The regional office you call depends on where in the state you live. Follow this link to find the phone number of the regional office in your area. And then they have the local West Nile contacts that you can look. Information needed when reporting a dead bird. Your name, your address, your phone number, your zip code, and the location of the dead bird will be collected. Are you serious? They're going to run around and hunt down every dead bird in the state of Texas? No, they're not going to do that. But what they are going to do is they're highly concerned about the fact of the massive bird kills, fish kills, deer, cattle, bison. Folks, it is not something that just goes away. It's what Hosea said would happen 3,000 years ago. And I know that some of you in the clergy want to say it was only, some of you in the clergy would like to say that the Hosea prophecy was only for the days of Hosea, for the children of Israel. He didn't say America, he said Israel. Well, America hadn't even been discovered yet. The Bible was not compiled till 1611 AD. Are you serious? Hosea prophesied this about 1,000 years before Christ. And here's what he said would happen. And it didn't happen during his day. It's happening during your day and my day and our day and the days of Texas. The eyes of Texas are upon us. No, I'm serious. Are you serious? What? We're talking about Texas, and we're talking about dead birds, and now we're talking about West Nile virus. It doesn't matter to me if it's botulism. Well, those fish, there were 6,000, there was 7 million fish died in Redondo Beach, California, according to authorities. Remember this? 7 million fish in Redondo Beach, California. 7 million fish. Why'd they die? There was no pollution in the water. There was no toxins at all discovered. There wasn't even any toxins in the fish. They died because they got scared. According to the authorities, they got scared of something in the ocean and they rushed to shore to die. Well, what did they see? The face of God? Are you serious? That's the answer? The 5,000 blackbirds that fell out of the sky on New Year's Eve in Beebe, Arkansas. They discovered there was a kid that had bottle rockets that night. And maybe it startled the birds. And caused what? 5,000 blackbirds to nosedive into the pavement in the streets of Beebe, Arkansas. Are you serious? Are you believing that? Are you right? Do you want to buy some swampland in Louisiana? Because I got some for sale. Whoa! What? Please. Okay. Here's what you do in Texas, okay? You need to give them all your personal information. And if required, we will ask about the number of dead birds and of the species. Yes. Will my bird be tested? Well, this depends on several factors. Your location in the state, the bird species, the number of birds from your county already tested. And in most cases, testing of birds will be restricted to crows, blue jays, or hawks. For more information on these bird species, see the bird identification section. What about the blackbirds? What about the blackbirds? They want this thing to go away, folks. Matter of fact, the number to call if you have a concern, and let me be informative. Can I play a journalist for a moment? Let me be very informative to the public at this moment. This is a teaching exercise. If you have questions about the West Nile virus, please call 1-888-883-9997. That's 1-888-883-9997. Call the number, click, and they'll help you with the West Nile virus. So they're concerned about the fish kills and the bird kills and the fact that the state of Texas has now set up a website. Here's what Hosea said. I know you're tired of it. What do you want me to do? You know, when the birds died when they died at New Year's Eve. Yeah, they died at New Year's Eve. Can I just read a little bit from the book? This book, you can get. This is my first book I wrote. I mean, I'm writing that Texas Blood Lake, and I'm telling you, wow, is God moving? Wow, I wrote 3 chapters last night. Wow, couldn't stop. When you get in a flow, you get in a flow. The Bible says in Exodus 12:29, and it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, all the firstborn. It came at midnight. The prophet Elijah used cattle. Now here he's explaining cattle. When he had his contest against the 450 prophets of the idol god Baal, and the 400 prophets of the groves. And on top of Mount Carmel, the prophet Elijah took a bullock. He cut it up according to the custom of the Jewish tradition and laid it on the altar he built with 12 stones, which represents the 12 tribes of Israel. The bullock was not only a sacrifice or blood atonement, but also a powerful act of obedience. Are you obeying God in your life? A lot of people go around and they tell everybody else what to do, but are you obeying God, sir? Do you need Jesus? Here, listen to me. Listen to me. Time's running out. Birds are dying, fish are dying, cattle are dying, buffalo are dying, deer are dying by the thousands. Millions of fish, 100 whales washed up on the banks of New Zealand 6 hours before the mighty earthquake that hit Christchurch, New Zealand. You remember that? The bullock was not only a sacrifice or blood atonement, but also a powerful act of obedience, which when mixed with his faith brought down heavenly fire upon the altar. This resulted in his winning the contest against the 850 prophets that were deceiving the children of Israel. You see, the Hosea prophecy also understood the pain that losing cattle would bring to the Israelites, just as it brings pain to the farmers today. Now, I'm not drawn completely into Hosea's words, especially those preceding this prophecy, but I'm listening to God. Are you serious? You see, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. This is from the Bible, from the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1, 2, and 3. Because there's no truth, there's no mercy, there's no knowledge of God in the land. You can't even give a Gideon Bible in school anymore to anybody. But you can give them condoms. Oh, you don't want to hear it. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and the blood touches the blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, with the fowls of heaven, yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Are you saved? Now let's get serious for a minute. Are you born again? I want to ask you to send a personal message to me right here on YouTube. I want to be saved. Hit the personal message button. Title it, I want to be saved. I want to be saved. Let me respond to you today. We have now 526 requested salvations since February 1st of this year. A year like none other. Earthquakes, animal kills, typhoons, hurricanes, uprisings in 12 nations in the Middle East, war and rumor of war. Are you serious? Assassination of Muammar Gaddafi. Are you serious? Send a personal message right now. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I'll respond to you today. We'll get right today in Jesus.